Hi guys, Rose here with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be a Rose or Rambles video, Rambling Rose. I don't even know what I'm calling it anymore. I just really wanted to kind of sit with you guys and talk to you about what's on my mind. So I have a whole list in my planner of like video ideas. And wow, the shadow behind me freaked me out right now. The way the lighting is on the wall, and then when the blinds move, you can see kind of like the shadows on the wall. I was like, what was that? Ah! Okay, anyways, I was thinking about what do I want to talk about in a video? What do I want to ramble about? And I really don't want to make this a huge thing, like a long video, because I know people don't really watch the whole thing. So I'm going to try and keep it at about 7 minutes. We'll see. Okay, so what do I want to ramble about? Currently, with the last couple months, I have been experiencing something very intimate to me that it may be like too much information for some people, so I'll have to put a little disclaimer there, but I have a very irregular monthly cycle. So a lot of, I'm sure a lot of my male followers are kind of like, oh God, I don't want to watch this. Sorry. So that's what this is going to be about. This video is going to be about the monthly cycle. So if you're not interested in that, go ahead and X out and I'll see you guys later. So anyways, the last couple months, I have had a monthly cycle, and I have been so blessed about that because I literally went from the month of November last year to June of this year without a period. And that's a long time. And I was very scared. I was wondering what's going on, you know? And I was thinking, you know, maybe something was wrong with me. I was broken. I was seeing a fertility doctor earlier this year because I really want to have a baby. And no period means no baby. There's no chance of getting pregnant when you're not having a period. And my period has been very irregular. And the year before that, or well, the whole year earlier than that, like before November last year, I was having a period. So it was just like, what's going on, you know? And I had been on the birth control for like, I was like 11 years, and no, that's a shit ton of time to be on the pill. I totally regret it. Any of my friends that I know are on it, I tell them just get off of it. Just get off of it. Be smart with how you are, you know, conducting your business, but it just don't be on that thing. It's just not worth it in the end. So anyways, so then I had a pretty crazy last couple months personally wise. My brother passing away in July rocked my world, changed everything. My outlook, the way I see life now has changed. I have a whole new appreciation for life. I have appreciation for getting my goals done, for paying attention to myself as opposed to worrying about everybody else. The whole perception of life is different for me. And that same month, I started my period. And it was like, I just need to completely enjoy this moment. So I told myself, you know, I just absorbed having my period. I felt like a woman again, for one thing. I felt like a woman. And I enjoyed it. Usually I would spend every week that I would be on my period as a young girl. In my teenage years, I would have the cramps and everything, and I would hate it. I would always say, I hate my period. I wish it didn't come. I hate it. I can't stand it. But I have a new appreciation for my period, and this is why. So this is what this video is going to be about. Years ago, I think probably about maybe 7 or 8 years ago, when my husband and I were dating, we went to a nice little beach town just to have a little mini vacation for the weekend. And I was in one of these spiritual shops, you know, like those crystal shops, and I saw this book. It's called The Moon and You, A Woman's Guide to an Easier Monthly Cycle by Barbara Hannelore. So this book was on the shelf, and And I was like, oh, this is really intriguing. And I have always, personally, I've always been interested in the moon, for one. The moon is a piece of me, hence why my business is the Cackling Moon. Everything about the moon is me. I love it. The emotions, the femininity of it, everything. The moon is it's all me. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, menstruation. Okay. This is something I could read and be interested in. And then I opened the book, and it's actually signed by her. See? It's signed by her. So I was like, oh, this is super cool. So I bought it. It sat on my bookshelf. I would take it out a couple times. I highlighted some stuff inside of it, and then it sat on my bookshelf again up until about a year ago, when I was starting to think about having a baby, and realizing my irregular period was going to cause problems, was going to make it very difficult to have a baby. So I picked up the book again, and then I picked up a second book, which is called Moon Time, but I don't have it around me. It's in one of my purses because I carry it with me too. And it's pretty much like the same kind of information. It's like how the moon cycles, the moon phases match your period. So I started reading up on it and learning, and I was like, oh my gosh, if only I could have a period so I could start seeing, you know, what cycle am I? Am I on the full moon cycle, or am I on the new moon cycle of a period, or am I on one of the crescents, you know? Really interesting information. And so I started reading up on it more, and I'm very much well versed in it now, and it's all I talk about. When I talk about periods with my girlfriends, it is all I talk about. And all I wanted was to have a period so I can see what full moon cycle I was on, what cycle of the moon my period was like syncing up with, right? So then July came, and I had my period for the first time in months. And then August came, and I had my period again. And oops, sorry guys, hang on. Had a pop up. Okay. And then August came, and I had my period again. And so I was like, wow, 2 months in a row. This is good news. So then I was like, you know what? I want to see what cycle of the moon this was on. So I backtracked, I checked. I keep a calendar on my app. I have one of those Flow apps. It's called Flow, for anyone who's wondering. It's a free app, and you can keep track of your period. You can keep track of, if you're trying to conceive, the days that you are, you know, romantic and all that. So I looked back to see when was the full moon and when was the new moon. And I see a pattern now. And it's only been 2 months that I've been on my period. So July and August. And I've seen a pattern. So I saw that the full moon was a certain day, and then it was like 2 or 3 days later I started the period. Same thing for August. The full moon was that certain day, and then like 2 days later I started my period. So I'm seeing that my cycle is syncing up with the full moon. It's really interesting. It's really exciting. And then I was reading up on that. So there's different traits. There's different personality traits for if you are a full moon cycler or if you are a new moon cycler. And from my understanding, and I'm still reading up on it some more, but it matches me. And it's really interesting. They say the full moon cycles, those women tend to be more in the mystical. They are more as healers. They are healers for other people. And I was like, okay, this is jiving with me. Like, I do tarot readings and I help people out, and I'm always giving people advice. Looked at as a high priestess in ways, you know. At least that's how I look at myself. You know, helping women out in different areas of their life. And so I saw how that matched with the full moon. Well, we're already on like 9 minutes. I said what, 7? Sorry guys. So it's really interesting, and I highly I want to like start a dialogue with you guys. So if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, I could totally do more videos on this. Let me know. Leave a comment below and let me know, and then, you know, I'm totally interested in doing that. So then anyway, if you guys are interested in having more information, let me know, and I will totally do that for you. Hang on 1 second. Let me see if I can shut this. My neighbors are fucking loud. I'm sorry guys, like normally I don't mind, but these particular neighbors have no, they have no common sense. Literally, like their kids are out screaming outside the door sometimes, and I'm like so tempted to open it up and ask them, can you please like go into your own like front door area and scream over there, like it's so rude. And the parents don't do anything about it. It's kind of funny, kind of ironic that, you know, their kids annoy me and I'm just talking about wanting to have children of my own. Oh, probably why it's not happening. Anyway, so you guys, if you guys are interested in hearing more about this kind of stuff, let me know. I would love to do more videos. I'm actually working, I'm trying my hardest to like work on a new little program kind of, you know, about this kind of stuff, because it interests me and I can relate 100% because of what I've been going through. So I'm really eager to see for the month of September. The full moon is in a couple more days. It's on the 16th, I believe. Oh, so we are on the 13th, so it's in 3 days. My app tells me I have 7 more days to start my period. So it's kind of like I said, a couple days after the full moon. So the 16th will come. It'll be the full moon, and then I'm going to see if a couple days later my period starts. Now, if I don't have a period, I'm not going to be super sad because maybe something happened. But if nothing happened, you know, I'm not yet ready to say my cycle is 100% back because it's only been 2 months, and to go 2 months from going like fucking more than 6 months of not having a period it's a lot. So I'm not ready to commit to saying that I'm on my period now. I have like a cycle, but it's getting to the point where I'm really excited. And today I've been feeling like cramps, like really faint cramps in my abdomen. Feeling really fatigued. Like today I took a long ass nap. Luckily today I didn't have to go to work. So I'm feeling like the PMS symptoms that I would feel before I would have a period. So I'm really paying attention to that. I've been logging it all down. And I'm really excited to see if my period does in fact happen. And if it does, I will have to do another video post about it. So anyways, I wanted to talk, I don't want this video to go long. Like, so here's my little box that I did in my other video. This is where I keep my original Waite deck. This is like my first tarot deck that I started with. I wanted to go into detail about like what tarot cards I feel correspond to the female, you know, our moon time, like when we have our period. I totally see the star to represent that. Kind of like we are, I feel like when she's, you know, the image of her pouring the water out, I just see that as sacred. I see it as like we are shedding our layers, you know, shedding our emotions, our hormones are changing and on all of that. So I see the star as, you know, super piece of that. What else? I see the Four of Pentacles. Totally for the Four of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of us can relate when we are going through our PMS symptoms. Sometimes we just want to be left alone. So I see the Four of Pentacles as like retreating inward. We don't really want to be around people. Usually that's like the first day of our period, where it's really important that we retreat inward and we are one with ourselves. And we, you know, this isn't, the first day of your period is technically the time that you should be spending one-on-one with yourself. That is the time you have a nice hot cup of tea. That is the time that you take a bath, and a crystal bath, you know, something healing. This is the time that you give yourself that face mask and paint your toes, and you just chill and watch your favorite movies and have a bowl of soup for dinner. That is the time that you do this, the first day of your period. So I totally see the Four of Pentacles as reminiscent of that. What else? Let's see what jumps out at me. Hermit. Totally see the Hermit. This is hermit time for me, at least. My first day of my period, I totally, like, I am a hermit. I don't want to socialize with people. I don't want to be around a lot of people unless I am talking to my girlfriends about my experiences on my period, you know. But usually this is a time for me to retreat inward and to be alone and all of that. What else? I think the Ten of Swords can sometimes describe the way some of us feel. We feel maybe defeated, or we just feel kind of so exhausted with life and what life throws at us. So sometimes, you know, the Ten of Swords can describe how we feel throughout our periods. Totally 100% feel that way. Queen of Pentacles. I always see the Queen of Pentacles as a pregnancy card. So every time I think of my menstruation and you know, trying to conceive, the Queen of Pentacles for me is like that one card that I would love to pull. Same with the Ace of Pentacles. I see that as a conceiving card, and that's going to be a whole new video. I actually am planning on doing a video about tarot and pregnancy to talk about that. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know, and I will totally, you know, pull one together. I'm really trying to like expand the channel to be more than just client reading videos, because I know a lot of you guys watch my stuff, but I also know that a lot of you guys want to see my face, and you guys want to see who is behind the hands when I do the readings. So I do want to make more videos for that whole purpose. Three of Swords, 100%. When we are going through this time of the month, a lot of our emotions are all over the place, and sometimes we feel things, we say things, we think things that aren't naturally part of our everyday, you know, thought process. But man, our periods can totally, you know, shift all of that, and our emotions are all over the place, and there's crying, we're just emotional, we feel more, we are very sensitive. So totally see the Three of Swords as that. What else? The Ace of Cups, the releasing of emotion. And Five of Wands for sure. I know like a lot of us are challenging when we are during this time of the month. We bicker. We can bicker with our spouses, our lovers, and we have miscommunication. There's arguments. We're very touchy. We don't have patience. So I think that the Five of Wands can also describe that too. And of course, last but not least, the beautiful Moon card. Totally vibe with this card. I totally feel like this Moon card is all about the moon time that we have. Our menstruation cycles syncing up with the moon, depending on if it's a full moon or a new moon. It can mean different things for different people. And I just see that the moon is mystery. It's everything. It's mystical. It is femininity. It is all of these different things. But the Moon card is my 100% most favorite card. It is the one that I vibe with. It is me. So yeah, I know that this video was kind of like all over the place. I wanted it to be that way. I wanted to get more real with you guys so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. So I'm going to end this video here because it's already going towards 20 minutes. Thank you guys if you watched this whole thing all the way through. Like I said, if you are interested in seeing more videos on these topics, let me know. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. And again, if anyone is looking for a tarot reading, I will put my links to my website and my shop in the description box, so check that out. Thank you guys for subscribing, and I will see you guys later. Bye guys. Which way out of here? It was funny the other day, my husband was drinking out of my mug, and I was like, that's mine. And he's like, so? And it was just so cute seeing him hold it and like drinking out of it. I'm like, you're mine. It's so beautiful. This weather is so beautiful. It's like fall weather. So